Okay, concept number 4, solving for a variable. So sometimes you'll be given equations where you'll have multiple variables and you want to get one of them by itself. So follow these 3 steps when you're trying to solve for a variable. Step 1, locate the variable you're asked to solve for in the equation. Step 2, identify the operations on this variable and the order in which they are applied. Because remember, when you're solving, you want to undo the order of operations in the way that they were. So and then step 3, use inverse operations to undo operations and isolate the variable. So first of all, before we can start solving for variables, we need to understand a couple different types of equations where you will be given in order to solve for some variables. So one of them is a formula. And a formula is an equation that states a rule for a relationship among quantities. It's a rule, so like distance equals rate times time, you know, stuff like that. All right. A formula is a type of literal equation. A literal equation is an equation with 2 or more variables. To solve for one of the variables, use inverse operations. So stuff we've already learned, we're just going to apply it to situations that have more than one variable and you want to get one of them by itself. So let's start with number 1. Solve st plus 3t equals 6 for s. So we want to get s by itself. So s is right here. It's being multiplied by t, and then 3t is being added to it. So let's use inverse operations to undo things in the reverse order. So because I want to undo addition and subtraction first, I'm going to subtract 3t. So now those are gone. So now I have st. Now I want you to notice 6 minus 3t. These are not like terms. I cannot just say, oh, well, that's just 3t. It's wrong because this does not have a t in it. These are different. So we have to write them as such. So it's not 3t, it's 6 minus 3t. Do not be tempted to combine those because that would be incorrect. They are not the same. So now we're just solving for s. Well, st, that's s times t. To undo that, we need to divide by t. And now that goes away. I have s equals 6 minus 3t all divided by t. And we're done. We have s by itself. We're good. Let's try number 2. Solve m minus 4n equals 8 for m. We want to get m by itself. So m minus 4n. All we're doing is we're subtracting 4n, so we want to undo that by adding it to both sides. 4n, gone. So I just have m. These two are not the same, just like what happened over here. We are not going to combine them because this does not have an n in it. So m equals 8 plus 4n, and we're done.